Good morning. We'll start in a couple of minutes. I just see that some of you are here early, so thank you for being early on time. So while others are still signing in, we can greet them by taking our seat and just sharing in a little chant that welcomes the morning and welcomes them, our additional students, to be arriving. You can rest your hands in your lap if you like. A very simple chant. We're just going to say so hum saha. So hum saha. So hum saha. So hum saha. That's just a little way to greet the class, to greet your own practice and those who are still signing in. So hum saha means I am that I am. So essentially saying we are all that is and all that has been and all that will be. As you take your seat and you're settling in, let your attention kind of funnel down from the busyness of life through the mind, down through the throat, to the heart, down through the third, to the second, to the base. And as you bring your attention down like that, let the breath also gently focus at the pelvic floor. You don't have to make a difference in the breath or change things in any kind of coercive or top-down way. But sense when your attention goes to the base, how welcome does the breath also feel to meet you there? And then begin to bring in the Ujjayi breath, just very subtle. You can think of if you were breathing the inhale, somebody may not notice the breath passing into the nose. If you had a little feather in front of the nose, the exhale, you wouldn't see this feather rippling in the exhalation. And remind yourself that the more subtle your mind and body are able to be, the deeper you're going into the yoga. Where we consider in yoga that which is more subtle, and yet again more subtle to also be more powerful. Just take your arms out to the side with your palms facing out. Roll the thumbs back. So you're going to be influencing the chest and shoulders to open. And with your next Ujjayi inhale, sweep the arms wide, go slowly just up to the T shape. And then exhale, hands together at your heart, bringing together left and right. Inhale, raise your arms up like an arrow. Exhale, clear the windows of the mind. Sweep your arms out to the side and down, sort of protecting your practice from your own mental mayhem. Turn your palms face out. And this time, inhale, raise your arms all the way up. And exhale your hands down in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. At the fourth chakra, we're going to chant Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sat Chidananda Mortaye Nish Prapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. The inner teacher, which is guiding your practice, is comprised of truth, wisdom, and bliss, Sat Chit Ananda. And may this practice and this inner teacher help to dispel darkness and to bring peace. And the kind of tejas, the kind of light that is unconditional. Let's begin. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nish Prapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nish Prapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nish Prapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Shanti 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 Om. You may bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. When you're ready, if you can open your eyes. So this morning we're going to begin again with this relationship between the second and the fourth chakra. We're going to start up in the chest and the heart for this one. So take the arms wide out to the side, palms face up. Inhale, raise your arms up. Turn the palms away from each other and place one hand around the other. Now, for some of you, that's going to mean that your head feels like it's too big. So in that case, you can take the arms a little forward and look up, or you can have the arms behind the head and look down. And as you're breathing up and reaching up, notice the influence you're having on the chest, the shoulder girdle, the heart. And then exhale, release. Let the arms shower down to the side. Reach back and clasp your hand at the small of your back, and inhale, roll the chest, the shoulders, and the heart open. Raise your heart and your collarbones, but also your chin. So lift the chin on purpose. You can slide the lower jaw forward of the upper jaw. And then return your head to level and release the clasp of the hands. Inhale the arms out to the side. As you come up overhead, try to recall which hand was in front. Turn the palms and put the other hand in front and behind. As you're reaching up, try to sense the base that is stable, allowing this upward reach. And then exhale, shower the arms out to the side. And again, when you clasp your hands, try to recall which hand was in front or back and change the interlace of your fingers by just one digit. And then release your hands to your knees. So in the fourth chakra, if we look at this through the lens of the five brothers, the five warrior brothers, the fourth chakra, his name is Bhima. And Bhima was considered to be very strong, very large presence, very robust person. And his compassion was huge. It's because of that compassionate nature that he wasn't the one who was sent into the battle on the battlefield in the Bhagavad Gita. His brother Arjuna at the third chakra was sent in. Because if Bhima had gone to address the cousins, he would have primarily gone with compassion for their suffering. And the compassion may have impeded his ability to do the job that was Arjuna's, which was actually to battle the cousins' shadow expressions, to overcome, to eradicate the difficulties that was causing in the adharmic community. So the whole kingdom had become adharmic, the absence of dharma. So Arjuna had to go and do this battle, and his brother Bhima was not the one who was sent. So please remind yourself that the compassion of the heart is an expression that's coming from the integration of the first three chakras when they're healthy and in alignment, not the ways in which the shadows like fear, grief, rage, and then compassion, that's not how it goes. So moving up through the chakras, we arrive at the heart. So we have this sense of how everything and everyone is our responsibility and our honor. And we belong to all of that too. We belong to all of this. And then at the second chakra, this sense of, oh, the senses are so amazing. And I shall chaperone my senses to hone my attention for that which is really very vital and precious. I will also sense the finite and the infinite. And then at the third chakra, this sense of duty or dharma, a sense of how do we place wisdom into action? Having chaperoned the senses, having seen the real from the unreal. Asatomam satgamaya. How will we now bring that wisdom into action? And as we're doing that, because most of humanity will be asleep, we will feel this tenderness towards the suffering that we see around us and compassion for the sleepiness of most of the minds. including the parts of us that go to sleep as well. It's not an other sort of thing like they're asleep and we're not. So this compassion rises from these other nourishing understandings. So now keeping that in mind, we're going to do a little pranayama here where we can sense the first, the second, and the third are supporting the fourth chakra. Let me just tie my hair up, please. You can shake your legs out if they get tired sitting cross-legged. I know it's not everybody's baseline. Just a moment here. I get this sorted through. Okay. Probably it won't stay and then I'll have to redo it. But in any case, when we're here, now place the hands out over the knees as we've been doing in this series. Press the knees down and notice that the pelvic floor gets activated. And then lift the inner belly up, roll your chest and heart up. Raise and open your throat. Slide the lower jaw forward of the upper jaw. Enjoy a deep inhale through the nose, up towards the heart, from the base upwards. And then exhale and curl down and blow out through a teeny tiny straw through the lips. And make this curl down last as long as you can, sensing how the pelvic floor becomes more toned. And then inhale, roll up. Keep the hands firm, so you have to pull up on the tautness of the arms. And exhale, blow the breath out through a teeny tiny straw in the lips. Inhale again at your own pace now to roll up. With the arms being taut, the inner body has to rise deliberately, open the throat. And exhale to curl down. Twice more, please, at your own pace. One of the really healing things about yoga is you are learning about all the rhythms of your body and learning how to attune to your personal rhythms. Some of those rhythms will be more universal to the species, like a general sense of the heart rhythm, a general sense of the circadian rhythm. And there are rhythms that bring on the trance experience for us with the mind. Let's come to center. So you're sitting upright. Now please take 2 blocks to sit on. This is from last week, and I was trying to answer a question about this. So some of you will find that sitting on 2 blocks diagonal, your sacrum doesn't prefer that, and it would be helpful to sit on 2 blankets instead. And what we're going to do is put the soles of the feet together. So your body essentially, you are sitting where the 2 blocks are diagonal. You've got the greater trochanter, that's the thigh bone, just supported by the beveled edge of the blocks. It means that your tailbone, your sitting bones, your feet bone, they're not touching anything. You're levitating. Reach down and hold the toes. And when you inhale, again, pull up. And exhale, curl down. Blow out like a teeny tiny straw in the lips. When you inhale to roll up, the pelvis is rolling over the beveled edge of the blocks, and you probably have a more firm part of the trochanter resting on the blocks. When you're exhaling to roll down, you're going to roll just behind the trochanter, and you may feel the little corners of the blocks moving towards the sacrum. Let's do this 3 times more. The rhythm that is yours today. So there are these universal rhythms I was talking about, but there is also acknowledging the rhythm that's yours today, and then bringing that rhythm into harmony. Roll yourself back up to sitting in Baddha Konasana. The pelvic floor is levitating. And then place your left hip only on the edge of the block. Step the right foot up, and you can put the left foot against the right foot, something like this. So you have like this little speed bump right. And as you're sitting on the left side of the block, there is going to be this little descension. You're going down. Gravity will see to that. So like a little massage right across the edge of the block. So where the block is at the greater trochanter. You can press the left knee down a little bit. Take your left hand to the floor so you know you're balanced. You are sliding down the inside edge of the block. And as you come down, take the outer shin, outer thigh, outer hip to the floor. The block should be sliding out to the left. And then take the right hand against your right knee. So when you're sitting down here on the left side of the pelvis and thighs and you're pressing on the right knee, just try to imagine what's the shape of the pelvic floor right now. And how is the pelvis and the deep abdomen, how are they receiving your inhalation? Let's release the right knee back up. Now place yourself so that you're going to have your right foot in Baddha Konasana, left foot flat on the floor. The left foot acts like a little speed bump. Sit on the beveled edge of the block. Gravity is going to see to it that you're slowly sliding down that block. Let that be like a massage coming down. It's also widening the myofascial and musculoskeletal spot between the sitting bone and the trochanter. This one is tender for me. I had some time on a ladder yesterday. I also fixed the water main, a water filter in the house. It was an adventuresome day. There were tools involved. And so as you're sliding down, walk your right hand out to the side and then press out with your left knee. So where I've ended up on this side, on the other side too, but it's like the edge of the block is still just right there along the back side of the piriformis, actually. Press the left knee open. And notice how the pelvic floor and the inner belly are receiving your inhalation. And then bring your left knee back up to center, and two blocks are not so relevant. You can put them aside and shift your position to Virasana, please. And again, anytime you're kneeling, please remind yourself you can kneel on a blanket. You can kneel with a blanket between the hips and the heels. You can sit on a block and then kneel, whatever you need to do. And as you come in here, now reach back and take the flesh near the sitting bones and widen it out towards the trochanter. And bring your attention down to the base, down to the root chakra. Lum, 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 lum. Lum, lum, lum. Lum, 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 lum. Lum, 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 lum. Now reach for your 2 blocks and place them just to the side, left and right. Raise your arms up as you inhale. You can weave the palms. Now see if you can do this with your hip and pelvic strength. Sit over on just the right block. And then side bend to your left. And when you sat over on the right block, I think we know each other well enough to speak about these things now. You're sitting on the right block and the right heel ends up in the perineum, sitting between the 2 sitting bones. You breathe down into your right hip. And then lower the left hand down to the block that's on your left. Increase the side curve by pressing into your left arm firmly. Now, exhale, raise yourself up, lift the left arm. And inhale, twist to your right. So what we're going to do here is cross your left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Walk your right hand behind. Rotate your chest, heart, and head to your right. To the extent that you're able to, when you fix the left hand to the outside of the right thigh, then also pull up through the spine. So you've got the sense that the arms are taut again and that you have to raise the inner body like a hot air balloon preparing for liftoff, but the ropes are still tying it down to the ground. And then inhale, raise back up to center. You can hook the hands and see if you're able to come back to center using your hips, not your hands. And release the arm. So the block on your left has to be positioned close enough to be at the ready. Now we're going to switch how you use the hands. So inhale, come up, turn the palms away and put the other hand in front. Lift from the inner belly and very gently place your left hip on the block. So you're going to end up sitting on the left heel where the perineum is. And then side bend to your right. And keeping the pelvis grounded, lower your right hand down to the block, place it where you need it to be. Increase the side curve to your right and the expansion to the left. And now exhale, rise up. And inhale, twist to your left. Try to cross your right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Hold firmly there. So you have to pull up through the inner body as you're twisting. Sitting up on a block like this, it may be the case for some of us that the left hand doesn't really reach the floor back there. Like for me, it's just the tips of my fingers. That's based on your arm length and your torso length. And then please inhale, rise back to center. And position yourself back in Vajrasana, releasing the arms. Okay, so there's the first and second chakra a bit. Please bring your hands up to the shoulders. This is a more narrow base. I've said this before, so your stability has to be intact, but should not feel rigid. It's not like you're tensing, just finding stability. And we're going left, right, left, right. From the center, exhale completely, and then inhale up to suspension. Exhale very slowly and completely. At the end of the exhale, let yourself deeply relax. Hands to the shoulders, round number 2. From the center, exhale completely through the nose. Inhale to suspend. Exhale in your own timing, smoothly, slowly, completely. And then again, deeply relax. Put the 2 blocks aside, please. And momentarily lie on your back, releasing the blood supply that goes down the legs. When you take a little shavasana period like this, watch the energy moving like the emptying of what we call apana vayu or samana vayu, so going down towards the feet. And then please bend both knees. And take your arms out into a T shape. So this sequence we're going to do right now, you're going to see several different leg positions. And this is for twisting first in the lower belly, and the twists are going to go incrementally more up the chakras. So starting with the knees bent and your feet as wide as your yoga mat. When you exhale, lower your knees to your left, look to your right. Inhale, rise up to center. Exhale, knees right, nose left. Inhale to change sides. So the breath, inhale to go left with your knees, right with your nose. Exhale, reverse. Continue moving with your breath pace, making the breath long and simple and smooth. Each time that you arrive at the end range of the twist, for example, when your knees go to your right, squeeze the left butt and open the front of the left hip. When your knees go to the left, squeeze the right butt and open the right front hip flexors. You're switching side to side with just the inhale and the exhale, which means one rotation to the side with one part of the breath. The next time that you're passing through center, go ahead and pause there and bring the edges of the legs together. So now they're going to act like a unit. We're not going to separate the thighs, the knees, the shins, or the ankles. So as you exhale, take both knees to your left and your nose to your right. Lengthen the right thigh to stay with the left knee. And then changing sides. You have to roll to the back of the pelvis. Roll to the other side. You'll pick up the left hip. Lengthen your left thigh to meet your right. And roll again. We'll do the inhale, knees left, nose right. And exhale for the other side. To keep the legs joined is to really ask this movement to be in the inner belly, the outer hips. So we aren't obscuring the movement from our understanding by having the knees or the thighs be a little sloppy. That means you might be getting information about your body that you would miss otherwise. And each time you do take the knees to one side, try really lengthening the upper hip and squeeze the back of that butt again so you're opening the hip flexors. And then the next time you're passing through center, go ahead and pause right there. Now cross your right ankle over your left knee. And press the right knee open using the outer hip muscles to do that. And exhale, roll down to your left. Inhale, roll up to center so the left foot becomes flat. And you're going to go down to the right. So the top of the right thigh may reach the floor. And inhale up to center. This time, exhale down to your left. Press the right knee open. Inhale, rise up to center. And exhale, take the outer right thigh to the floor as you roll to the right. Again, inhale to center. Exhale, roll left. Inhale, center. And exhale, roll right. This is the last one. And then rise to center, and let's change. So the right foot goes to the floor, left ankle crossing over the right knee. Press your left knee open using your hip muscles. And exhale down to your right first. Inhale, roll to center. Exhale, roll to your left. Try to get the outer thigh or the top of the left thigh to the floor. The right knee does nudge the left ankle a little bit there. You just continue going side to side with your breath. You have this wonderful opportunity to feel the rhythm of your own body and your breath coordinating, collaborating. As you're going through the process, you may be noticing that there are asymmetries or imbalances left or right. That is, of course, extremely common for people. The next time that you're passing through center, go ahead and pause there. Place your left foot flat on the floor. Okay, now place your right foot on your left thigh, like this. I know that's kind of weird, like this. And then come down to your left. Place your left hand on your right knee and encourage a twist of the inner belly. Really, we're at the second and the third chakra. Rotate through there to your right. So if you'll breathe down into the low belly and the pelvis, like first and second chakra, then up to the third chakra. During the exhale, really think about these two opposing forces, the right thigh going towards the right knee, and at the navel center, the inner belly, even the liver rotating towards the kidney. And then let's roll back up to center so your right foot is standing on your left knee and change sides. Open the left arm and exhale down to your right. You may take your left hand onto your right hand onto your left knee, excuse me. So my hope is that you are on the outer right hip or outer right thigh. That may not be the case for everyone. The left hip does lift up off the floor here. You have the left hip rising towards the left knee. And see if you can feel that exhale, the two opposing forces, left thigh towards the left knee, and then rotating the belly and the navel center so your spleen is going towards the left kidney. And then roll this one also back to center. Now place both feet flat on the floor. This one you can take the knees up to the chest, or you can do the legs straight. Now, the decision about having straight legs is made because your hamstrings are not troubled at all right now. They are not in any way causing you discomfort. If the hamstrings do feel shorter, by all means, bend the knees. Arms in a T shape. Okay, so we're going to take the knees towards the elbows or the feet towards the hands. So what we do is on the exhale, lower both knees towards your left elbow or both feet towards your left hand. And then inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, both knees towards your right elbow or towards your right feet towards your right hand. And inhale up to center. It's called Utthara Parivartanasana, and it means the churning of the belly. When you're going side to side, if for any reason you feel like, oh, I'd rather have my knees bent, then go ahead and do the knees bent. This is requiring more abdominal strength or tone, and having flexible hamstrings is an asset. And having genetically flexible hamstrings, that turned out nicely. But that isn't everybody's case, so please be kind to your own body. And also be kind about your own body. Don't give yourself a hard time about anything. Rise up to center, please. Bend the knees. Take your feet to the floor. Take the legs out like a little bit moment of being a starfish. And now a twist that goes up into the heart. So bring both knees up, lie on your left side. Bring the knees up as close to the chest as you can. Place a blanket for your head, please. Pardon me. Okay, so you're gonna lie on your left side, knees up towards the chest. Keep them really snug, and take the right arm overhead past your ear. Secure your right knee with your left hand. And as you roll open here, let's pause where the right arm is still lengthened overhead, kind of near to your right ear. Keep the knees really snug to the chest. And then continue the circle of the right arm out to the right. Rotate through your heart. Your collarbones, keep the knees secure so they're still stacked and they're still symmetrical. And then raise your right arm alongside your right ear. Roll it back. And let's change sides. So lie on your right side. Snug your knees up towards your right arm. Keep your left arm alongside your left ear. We're just going to pause about halfway to our destination and really lengthen the left side waist, the left arm, which is hopefully close to your left ear. And then continue opening your left chest and heart, the left arm out to the side. Keep the knees snug up towards the chest. It's to help prevent the lumbar spine from, at this time, contributing to the thoracic spine for the twist. We want the twist to be focused in the thoracic spine and the heart. And raise your left arm alongside your left ear. Roll around onto your right side to then come onto your back side. Okay, rise up to sitting. Good morning. All right, let's take what we don't need for the sun salutation. Please come up to standing. So those movements to bring us up towards the heart, that is where the fourth chakra is, of course. So we're rising up in that direction. To see what you're seeing. I guess you'll just see part of me. The tops and bottoms will be cut off. right? Yeah, I guess you see it pretty well. All right. So in Surya Namaskar now, we're going to be focusing on this line that goes up through the chakras again. Oh, please put your 2 blocks in place. Bring your hands together at your heart. Root down into both feet. Let's come to the Ujjayi inhale. Take the hands down. Turn the palms out and pause right here. So focus the breath here at the first and second chakras. And exhale. Now inhale first, second, third, fourth. Take the arms out to the side. And exhale. And inhale first, second, third, fourth. Rising up. Open hands. Now inhale, side bend to your right. You're squeezing the ascending colon. Inhale up to center. Exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale up to center. Exhale, come forward and down to Uttanasana. Inhale, glide forward through the heart. Exhale for a deep bow towards your legs. Inhale, glide the heart forward. Okay, left toes back. Now this time what I'd like you to do is put both blocks on the inside of the right foot so you have your right shin at the moment vertical. Place your palms firmly here. I'm sorry you can't see my right foot as well, so I'll do this. So line your blocks up with your foot, but you're going to see my foot if I put my blocks forward. Now tip the right foot out to the side, tip the right shin out to the side. So the outer right hip is rolling open like you're levitating in pigeon pose. Reach back through the left leg into your left heel. So that is a long line back towards your foot. Let the right knee be supported by the outer right hip, outer right thigh, outer shin. So when you roll to the outside of your right foot, keep the ankle strong. Really slowly bring the left knee down to the floor. Take your right hand to your right knee and twist to your right. You may keep the right knee open, so this twist is more open. The right thigh open like in Baddha Konasana or like in pigeon pose. Make the left arm strong now and raise your right arm to reach to the right. And then exhale, return. Let's place both hands on the blocks. Bring the right foot flat to the floor. Straighten the left leg. Put the blocks to where they normally go, outside your right foot, inside your right foot. And we'll inhale, rise up to your crescent. And then exhale, sweep the arms wide. Let's come down. We'll do the other side here in just a moment. Step backwards to downward dog pose, please. Okay, exhale, left foot forward. Put the blocks on the inside of your left foot. So you have 2 blocks. You can see the outer edge of my left foot a bit better this time. So open your left outer hip to the left. Keep the right leg strong behind you. As you're opening, think of the left leg like Baddha Konasana or a pigeon pose. Keep the right leg very steady. So the strength from your inner right heel through the inseam of the right leg, through the spine to the crown of your skull, that is established. Take your left hand to your left knee. You don't have to press down a lot. We are going to be twisting to the left. Notice the growing strength you're having in your body as a result of the summer immersion. Keep the right arm really steady right now. Open the left arm. Keep the right leg steady behind you, including the big toe. And then let's exhale. I know I missed a little spot there, didn't I? Yeah, I was so enamored. I can see you guys. Okay, touch the right knee down and then twist. Sorry if that was harder. And then exhale, come around. Now place both hands on the blocks, strengthen the right leg, bring the left foot back up to its customary position. And let's come up to the crescent lunge. Rising up. And then exhale and descend. Okay, downward facing dog pose, please. Exhale to plank pose. Inhale to seal pose. Exhale, cobra pose. Inhale to seal pose. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward facing dog pose. Okay, keeping both hands stable. Inhale, raise your right leg high. And exhale, right foot forward. Left knee down. You can pad the knee if you'd like. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, arms wide, touching the two blocks. Inhale, downward dog pose. Exhale. And then inhale, raise your left leg. And exhale, left foot forward. Right knee down. Anjaneyasana. And exhale, releasing to touch the two blocks. We're going to inhale, step forward, heart forward. And exhale for a deep bow to the legs. Inhale, rise up, please. Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, hands to the heart. Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, raise the arms up. Shift the hands, which one is in front, which one is behind. And exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, glide forward. Okay, left toes back. Blocks to the inside. Right knee out like pigeon pose or Baddha Konasana. Slide your heart forward, touch the left knee down. Press into your left hand. Inhale, twist to your right. Make the left arm very stable and supportive so the chest and the heart can reach. That sense of longing that we have in the heart is also sourced from the second chakra, from the low belly. And then let's exhale. Return your right hand to the blocks, please, and straighten both legs. Press into your left outer heel. Rotate to your left and open. And sweep your left arm past your left ear. We're on our way down to touch the 2 blocks. Let's place the blocks inside, outside the right foot and step backwards, downward dog pose. Okay, exhale, left foot forward, both blocks on the inside. Open the left knee like pigeon or Baddha Konasana. Touch the right knee down, raise your heart. And inhale to open to your left. Press firmly into the right arm. And then follow your exhale to place the left hand down, left foot flat. Press into both blocks, straighten both legs, pivot your right heel, open to right. And sweep your right arm past your right ear, bring it down to the block. Place the blocks on the bookend position and step backwards, downward dog pose. Bookending means that you have your blocks inside and outside of the front foot. Come forward to plank, seal pose, cobra. Inhale to seal. The sun is gazing at you and you at it. Exhale, table pose and child's pose. Place your hands on the block so they stay there. That means that your head is not going to make it to the floor in child's pose. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Vajrasana. Don't evaluate yourself. No stories of judgment, please. I'd like you to use your 2 blocks for Shavasana this morning and the 2 blankets. You can keep them stacked for your feet. We go like this. Place the feet in Baddha Konasana on the blankets, and then the 2 blocks for the knees. What's going to happen there is it will cause the pelvis to roll a little bit down towards the floor. The top of the sacrum will roll down. So you have this gently supported posterior tilt. And the river way of the chakras is moving from the first to the second to the third to the fourth, and so on. Place your mind at your feet. Invite the toes, the arches, the heels to be deeply relaxed. You can sense the vitality required of your feet during Surya Namaskar. Now invite them to be deeply relaxed. Offer the same to your ankles. Encourage the ankles to be at ease. Deeply relax the right shin, and your left shin, the right calf, the left calf. Invite the right knee to be relaxed, the left knee relaxed. Allow both thighs to be at ease. Inner thighs, outer thighs, the backs and fronts of the thighs. Come into the pelvis and invite there to be deep kind of quiet or ease for your hips, right hip, left hip, the pelvic basin, the sacrum, the svadhisthana, the home of the self. Welcome a sense of deep ease near the navel center, the solar plexus, the organs of the upper abdomen. And allow that ease to travel to the heart, the chest, the heart, your rib cage, the collarbones. And slowly glide your knees to come back up to center. The feet are still elevated. And then roll to your side. Press up to sitting pose. Let's place the heart mudra. We're going to use the Ujjayi breath, very simple, very subtle, going from the first, second, third, up to the fourth. We'll have a small inhale suspension. When you're drawing the breath up, I'd like you to sense that your heart is capable of breathing in the fear, the grief, the rage, and in the heart, you're transforming that. This is like a Tonglen sort of practice. So we're breathing in, sensing that those things are a part of the human species and they do surround us. They are also within us. We'll hold that gently in the heart, a little suspension. And then we're going to chant the sound YAM, Y-A-M. We'll do this about 3 times. So breathe in from the base up to the heart to hold. YAM. Again. YAM. And one more time. YAM. May our practice transform the seeds of fear and shame, grief, rage, or animosity. May this practice transform those seeds within us. So we do rise up to the heart, the place of courage and compassion. And join your hands at your heart. And raise this intention up into your vision. And to the heart once again. And then as an offering to each other. And to the whole. Not just our community, but your neighbors, your neighborhood. People beyond your neighborhood. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste. And I will come up to see you. Good morning again. I'm seeing you closer now. I know I'm backlit, so you don't see me as well.